Okay, so next is there's another one from Wayne Grove. Oh wait, no, this one's from Wayne Glorify. Okay, Punk booking working. Since return to WWE in November, CM Punk has been on WWE only 3 times since. My question for you guys is this wise booking? I asked because after his Raw return, there was a 10-day gap. Then after that fantastic face-off with Seth, Punk hasn't been seen on TV since. Personally felt that the Christmas Day Raw should have featured a bunch of shoot interview style clips from Punk to make us actually want to tune in instead of just seeing the YouTube clips. On the other hand, are WWE just trying not to make the same mistake AEW did? I mean, everyone can remember the awesome MJF versus CM Punk face-off from Dynamite, but that was something like 7 weeks before the match. The rest of 7 weeks was just them coasting by, and go check out the ratings during those MJF versus CM Punk days. They weren't good. P.S. Have you guys seen any of the footage of Punk's return matches? He seemed to be working at half speed for the Dominic Mysterio match. Well, he hadn't worked in like 4 months. So, big deal.
Well, not just that, bro. Add to it. He's in his mid-40s.
Right.
He's been wrestling. He probably been wrestling like 25 years. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
He hadn't wrestled like in 6 or 7 years while he was doing the UFC. So he was rusty. Came back, got hurt twice, like major injuries. Yeah, you let him get his. You know what I'm saying? Get him his rhythm.
Yeah, but his deal is he's going to be like the Brock Lesnar spot where you just come in for a few weeks at a time to build for a match on a pay-per-view, which is going to be his role in the show, I imagine, and that's the way he's been booked so far. So,
did you talk to Dominic about the match, Conan? Just curious.
No.
Okay. I just thought that was pretty sweet that Dominic had that spot.
Let me explain something to you, Joe.
Yes.
Like when you wrestle like 200 and something days a year, nobody really gives like that match is like a epic thing. It's just another night of work for most of the boys.
From my perspective as a fan, though, that shows me that WWE has a lot of trust in Dominic. Is what I meant.
Well, Dominic's pretty good.
Yeah.
So next is from Jared Aviat. Subject is Kevin Dunn leaves WWE. What's next? Happy New Year, K100 fan. Wishing the crew well for the new year. Just wanted to ask the gang about the latest bombshell news that Kevin Dunn has left WWE. Kevin Dunn has been an executive producer for WWE programming for over 30 years and been an instrumental figure in the WWE's ecosystem for so long. The question for the crew is, who, if any, do they see being the person to become the executive producer for WWE's programming that can only change things up but can also become a long-tenured fixture in the company? I mean, he thought about names like Robert Rodriguez, Freddie Prinze Jr., even someone like Hiram Garcia, a long shot I know. Who from the film and television world can actually step in and make a difference in the wrestling world, or will an existing wrestling person be put in the high-pressure role? Thank you. Regards, Jared. Jared, I'm sorry. This email just makes you look like a real mark, okay? Bro, there's tons of guys there. That they have the best production team on the planet almost, right? There's tons of guys that could probably do that job there. They're just going to take the next best guy and just film in the role. The production crew's been working there for years. And like you look at it's not that hard, like working in production to fill another position. They're like executive because you're doing a lot of the tasks that the executive producer does himself. Anyway, so I don't know. I thought this was a silly, like he did, like he thinks them leaving is like they don't have somebody there that they think could just step right in. So of course they do.
There's a. Nick Khan sent a memo out regarding the departure. He kind of just puts Dunn over, but I can put it up on the screen if you want to see it.
I don't care.
Okay.
Next is from Brad Zwacky. Do you have any comment on this, Conan?
Yeah, bro. I'm sure they trained a lot of people that know what to do, and they're going to step up, just like you said.
Next one's from Impact Entertainment, somebody's WWE house shows. What's good, guys? Hope your holidays went well. Recently went to the December 30th WWE house show in the Kia Forum in LA. As I looked around the arena, it was hard to find any empty seats. The show did consist of Punk, Cody, Jey Uso, LA Knight, Becky Rollins, and other top names in the show. Compare this to the AEW televised shows that, from what I see online, their crowds are not doing so well compared to when I went the first time they came here with Punk I met at. Besides production meetings and putting the right people in charge of stuff, which Tony Khan has access to, what are some of the things you guys would start doing to bring back some casual viewers to AEW? I would cut down all the championships and dedicate certain wrestlers to certain shows so we don't see them 2 to 3 times a week. Adam, bro, listen, we do a review every single week on the show that has, that we talk about this. I don't know what listen to our AEW review. We discuss this in detail every time we do a review,
Yeah. And it's very, very easy. Just very little things right off the top of my head. A cold open, having those packages before the matches, like UFC does, which UFC actually got from us. Okay, from the wrestling world. Understanding that putting somebody in front of a faction doesn't get the whole faction over. Okay. Half the women in that division, because you're like, oh, we need more women wrestling, we need more, but you're diluting the product because there's not that many great women. So you need to stick half of them, most of them in Rampage. Let them learn, and the ones that can go, keep them on Dynamite. And you can't keep thinking everybody's out there to get you just because they're trying to give you advice. It isn't like ECW where they were like, oh, it's us against the world. It's not the same. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Next one's from Hillbilly Money. Subject is triple threat matches. What's up, K100 gang, boys? Hope you all good and getting plenty of biscuits and gravy. My question is simple. Why and how could someone get DQ'd in a triple threat match? I've heard you guys in Cornet say numerous times something along the lines of, who announced that this is a triple threat match with no DQ? It's so infuriating. How and why could someone get DQ'd in a triple threat match? Since triple threat matches started, has this ever happened? What would result from a wrestler getting DQ'd in a triple threat match? Two wrestlers keep fighting while the other one leaves the ring? That'd make no sense and make wrestling look even faker than it already does. I'm just spraying Yoda. Why is it so hard to understand that no DQ is implied in triple threat matches, fatal four-ways, etc.? And furthermore, what's so wrong with that? I'm not exactly sure what this guy's trying to say here. Is he saying that like he likes the triple threat matches being DQ or not? How could some?
That aren't they inherently supposed to be no DQ?
Well, why
matches, right?
I guess the AEW makes them no DQ.
Somebody said that to me, yeah, because we commented on it during the review last week that we didn't understand, and someone sent me a message that said, that they're, you're supposed to assume they're no DQ because it's a 3-way or a 4-way, yeah.
Well, I didn't even, but the funny thing was the announcers didn't even sound like they knew.
Yeah.
That's why I brought it up, because the announcers were saying they were confused, and the next thing I knew is that they're using chairs and stuff. Everything. I'm like, what's going on here? Did they announce this was a triple threat? They didn't. I guess because the AEW lunatic hardcores, these weird people that know everything about AEW, apparently know that triple threat matches are always no DQ. Okay, and I don't even think the announcers knew that. Which is the funny part of that, because they were acting like they didn't know it was a no DQ match until they finally realized it was. So, I don't know.
Well, they should know then. That's a question they should have asked when they were going through their notes. They should have said, "Hey,
no production meeting, Conan.
No production meeting. I understand that, but I think you can go to Tony and go, hey, if this comes up, should I say it's a no DQ match or not? How do you want me to handle this?"
Or they should have told them it was no DQ.
Well, there's no production meeting. Right. I can't answer you. Yeah.
Next is some Weaverin Black Death.
All right.
Subject: the devil reveal be the dumpy drizzles. Hello, seniors, and JoJo the Unabomber. That's a good one, JoJo the Unabomber. Adam Cole, the vanilla midget, being revealed as the devil has to be causing many dry heaves in the IWC. Was wondering, you think that maybe bringing in a guy like Ryback, a Gentile, or Goldberg would have been a better idea? Goldberg with the Jewish heritage battle MJF for the title, or the Mega Heat Ryback has with the Smarks would have been way better options. The fans especially hate Ryback, so I think he would have been a better option personally, but Goldberg does not have that much more fanfare. What's your take? Thanks, and that's from Sam. P.S. I would hail Satan, but I'm confident Satan is in a 130-pound video game playing spaghetti arms having puke and would sure be Anna Jay over Britt Baker any day, twice on the weekends. It's this yellow card. This guy.
Yeah, I don't think he likes Adam Cole, to be honest with you.
No, he doesn't. Yeah, I thought the. Well, the whole thing about the devil angle was it's like supposed to be like a serious angle, but they did all the silliness with the guy with the neck brace on and over at the house. And they're making peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and stuff. And like weaving that storyline in with this was just. If you were in retrospect, if you go back and look at what all these characters were doing over the past 2 months, this angle looks atrocious. I mean, it just does. The way they built this with the silly stuff that they were doing is just, I don't know. And I said it seemed like they were waiting for Cole to get better enough to do the reveal, which is kind of what this came across as. Because he was out for a while with the ankle, so until I guess until he could travel.
But isn't he still out?
I guess. I didn't watch a paper.
No, he had double ankle surgery or something like that.
Right.
Was that it, Joe?
Yeah.
Actually, I'm trying to see a comeback time here. Really,
There's
not
no way
much.
he could be ready.
Yeah, there's not much on that.
Yeah. All right, next is from
Yeah.
Brian Dunlop.
It almost went. You know what it feels like to me in a way, Disco?
What?
It's almost like they made it up along the way.
Right.
You know? And at the end, when they saw he wasn't ready, they should have swerved it to somebody else that made more sense.
Right. And plus, too, when people kind of realized who it was going to be, bro, you don't do a mystery angle. And this is so stupid from the dumb AEW fans who are online. They're going, sometimes the obvious answer is always the best one. So it can be the best one. So now when you're doing a mystery and you're dragging it on this long and you give the obvious thing, when you're dragging a story out this long, it's supposed to be a surprise. Like, oh, I didn't think of that. But everybody knew, everybody was thinking it was going to be Adam Cole.
Right.
And it was. And it's like, it's like, it's not gonna, I mean,
Right. And the worst part
like,
is if you don't know the history with him and those other two guys, which I really don't,
right.
okay, you're like, okay, about these guys.
Right.
They haven't done anything to come off as stars, really. You know, the only guy there is really Wardlow, but it's very weird.
Next is from Brian Dunlop, and so does AW.
And by the way, no way they're going to do a Goldberg versus MJF thing.
match.
Yeah.